Listen, I ain't been in a good mood. I wasn't in a good mood. I couldn't come to y'all with that energy, and so I just stayed away. But here I am now, okay? I didn't want to give y'all that angry black woman, irrational, emotional feelings that I was having. So now that I'm feeling better, let's get this review going. How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, Lifestyle Coach. We are reviewing Married at First Sight, season number 13, episode number 10, Locked Out. I was like, who got locked out? I know you lying. If it's your first time here on my channel, I go couple by couple because it makes sense to my spirit. I got to talk about them all the way through, bouncing around, be having me all confused, lost in the days, in a maze, okay? So the first couple we saw was Micaela and Zack. And right off the top, all I want to say is be who you are, which is unwavering and unforgiving, and call it quits. Because otherwise you are not only hurting yourself, but you are bringing Micaela into this. And both of you with this, they're both this wonderful woman and this great man. Like, you know, I don't know. No, both of y'all, neither one of y'all is happy with the other one because of things that you have done. So guess what? Say goodbye now. It ain't that hard. You ain't known each other but 2 weeks, because one of the weeks you didn't get to go to the honeymoon. Y'all didn't get to have the experience that the other people have. Why am I saying this? Because when he was talking to the homeboy Jerron, and he shared that the night before they were supposed to have a movie date, and he was just going home to grab a device so that they could watch Apple TV and watch a movie together. When he got there, he decided he was tired and he was gonna stay. So he sends Micaela a text message and tells her, you know what, I'm tired, I'm gonna stay. He tells Jerron, you know what, she's doing so much better now. Because when I did that, her response was, she told me how she felt, called me, told me how she felt, and it was not, you know, volatile or toxic. Sir, the behavior you're exhibiting is very much so, I want to fight you. Very much so not how a man that cares about you or wants to care about you or getting to know you or see value in you, worth in you, would treat you. Okay, you get there and you tired. All right. Get in the car, get the device, get in the car, come home and be like, babe, I'm tired. I can't watch it. I'm exhausted from the drive. What is he not telling us? What are we not seeing? Y'all, I just feel in my spirit that just something just ain't right. And y'all know I have not watched Unfiltered, okay? It'd be too much TV already for me to watch. It'd be too much. Like, I did watch 9, didn't record it for y'all, my bad. But it's too much. Y'all want me to watch an hour and a half of TV and then watch another 30 minutes of Unfiltered. I be having stuff to do. I cannot. So I depend on you to fill me in. What was he thinking? Why did he think that that was okay? What are they showing him and teaching? Furthermore, what is his parents? What does their relationship look like? When things get rough, does dad go to the man cave and stay there for days? Like, I don't know. Everybody deserves a break, right? Everybody deserves to recharge, to reset. But when you are married, you don't leave and not come back. You can say, I need to reset. You can say, but y'all ain't even known each other that long. Like, I'm really confused. So Dr. Viviana comes and she visits. And Micaela, hi, beautiful. Like, to me, felt real extra and real fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, real over the top, real TV show-ish. And maybe I'm just hard on Micaela. I don't know. Because now I'm finna be hard on Zack. I don't have no sympathy for him either. Well, when they come in and they sit down, telltale sign that things are going wrong is how close you're sitting in proximity to one another. You got Dr. Viviana here, and y'all are on opposite ends of the couch. There is no spark chemistry that's happening. There is no mending that is going on. And then as they begin to talk, we hear that that is true. When Dr. Viviana says, how much do you trust him? And she says, 50, I'm at 50%. I'm at 50% because he is not about his word, meaning he has no follow through, talking about the whole Apple TV thing, and that he is not letting up on my mistake. I apologize. I told him that I would work on it, and he hasn't forgiven me for it. He does not see it to be true. It feels dismissive. It feels like he blows me off. She did make a good point, right? Y'all know how I feel about commitment, communication, and compromise. She's saying that I'm willing to hear you, and I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to make the changes that you're asking. I have forgiven you for what I think that you've wronged me with, but you can't seem to get out of your head my knee-jerk reaction. You can't see yourself getting over it. You've been scarred by it. Dr. Viviana is like, what I hear is that you have a lack of commitment. The one thing about Dr. Viviana is she's not really gonna be like tiptoeing around. She's gonna share how she feels about the situation and what she's been seeing. He is unforgiving. He is unwavering. He does not see his fault. He thinks that that he hasn't done anything wrong, and that is all Micaela. Okay? You not being able to you want her to communicate with you, but you're not an effective communicator either. You can't get your words out. Stuttering is one thing, but being able to articulate it so it comes out, because you can stutter and still get your words out. Okay? It's all jumbled in here. He's got this idea of marriage and what love should look like, but it's never been in love. Neither him nor her. So we probably need to take a step back altogether. This was not the experiment for the two of them. This should not be the first time that they feel like I'm gonna be in love because this is what I wanted. Neither one of you are really, I don't know. Y'all ill prepared and both need therapy. When Dr. Viviana leaves, awkward silence. Zack gets up, he goes over to the table and starts crying. This is where I start getting a little like lost in the sauce. Starts crying. She comes over to console him, ask how you're feeling, really have a conversation with him. And guess what? Don't touch me. Like, no. Like, you don't know how bad I really wanted this. You don't know how bad I wanted this. She, I think, wanted it just as bad as you do. He also began to say how none of his relationships work. Every time this is what happens to him. And I said to myself, okay, first off, the common denominator in these situations would be you, sir. So you have to go and see what it is, do the work, and see why your relationships are failing. What unrealistic expectations are you putting on the women that you are dating? I'm asking for myself. I'm asking y'all too. When y'all start talking about how relationships don't work, how women, all they do is gold diggers and all of this stuff, and how it ain't, men ain't no good, they all cheat, there's pee in the dating pool, like all of that stuff. The common denominator most times is you. So time to take a look at ourselves and figure out why the dating pool has pee in it. Because guess what? You're in that pool too. And are you the one pissing in the pool? That's the question I want to ask. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. The common denominator sometimes is us, and we need to take a look at what we're doing and what our reactions are, actions are, and hold ourselves accountable so that we can move forward and get the things that we want, no matter what they are. The whole him yanking away from her or having, no, don't touch me. Like, it just felt so dramatic and so wrong. And I just felt like, what are we not being told? And for y'all that have watched Unfiltered, tell us down below in the comments what we're missing. What haven't we seen? I also want to say that, if you gonna try and make this work, give it a gallant effort, y'all. Give it a gallant effort. and accept them as their whole ass selves. This is who you are. And when the 8 weeks comes to the end and you see that you can't deal with this person and their lack of accountability and their volatile, toxic behavior, you have the option of saying no then. Anyway, a little later, he decides, you know what, I'm going to put out an olive branch. I want us to get to the place that we used to be. That might be a thing that we need to stop saying, because we can't go backwards. We can only go forward. So our hope is that we're better than what we were, right? I'm just saying, I just want to get back to how we used to be. I don't. I want to be better than that, because whatever we were doing ended us up in this place. I don't know. That's just me and the way my mind works. I don't want to be where I used to be. I want to go forward. I want to progress. I want to be better. I want to, you know, see good things about you, because right now neither of y'all see anything good, or as he said, he doubt their future when they had the blind trust game, blind truth game. He wants understanding. She wants him to be wait, hold on, not to hold grudges, right? He's not going to be able to do that. I am sorry for them, the fact that they did not have the opportunity to get to know each other in the Florida Keys, which may have helped them a little bit better, you know, get to understand one another, have some less stressful environments, because we know when we get to the real world with work and competing priorities, we be stressed out. All right, let's go to the next couple, shall we? Let's talk about Brett and Ryan. I was hopeful. I thought Ryan was starting to feel her. His love language is just physical touch. Let's talk about that, because I don't know what Zack and Micaela's love languages are yet, because they just constantly in turmoil, like chaos. But Brett's is words of affirmation. You can tell, because that's the way she constantly expresses how she feels about him, the things that she likes. So it's where her primary is probably, if not number one, number two is words of affirmation, and his is definitely number one, physical touch. Because that thing that's missing, the butterflies in the stomach, is him wanting the passion. He wants, I can't wait to see her, is him wanting to be able to lust after his wife, be physically and sexually attracted to her, and he is not. I thought that they were making progress. Shame on me. Viviana visits, Dr. Viviana, excuse me, okay, the gorgeous Dr. Viviana visits. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I feel sorry for Brett. Brett is all like, you know, he's very affectionate and I like that, and you know, but when she means it is like touchy feeling. She asked, have you guys seen each other naked? And you know, no, they hadn't. They're still changing their clothes in the bathroom. When it was posed to Ryan, of course, he said, you know, it's just, I'm missing that thing, you know. Sir, the fairy tale land that you live in, come out of it. You're not attracted to your wife. You say her eyes are beautiful one time through here or something, but that's it. You're normally not attracted to redheads. You know, they're normally really fiery is what you said. Like, just be honest. And honestly, he has been semi-honest by saying that he's missing that thing. And I felt for Brett when she, you know, she started tearing up, you know, because she says, I'm always oh, you know, you're an amazing woman, but there's something missing. There's just this one thing. I like that Dr. Viviana was like, well, what is this thing that you're waiting on? What is this? It's a fairy tale. It's a Hollywood dream, because that is not what marriage looks like in real life. That's that new relationship energy. That's that, oh my God, you're so fine. I love everything about you. It's that energy that you have that once you get married, you have to work to keep. It dwindles because y'all don't even be liking each other sometimes. You have to constantly work. Marriage, as my cousin would say, is spelled W-O-R-K. It's a constant work. And it should not be, for me, I feel like it should not be a work that you don't want to go to every day. You know, like your regular day-to-day stream one income, how you don't want to be going there because that ain't what you want to be doing. That's not how it should feel in your marriage. It should not feel like it's exhausting, it's tiring. It should not feel like it's a chore. You're going to have ups and downs, but it shouldn't always feel like a constant tug of war like Micaela and Zack. It shouldn't feel like that. But it ain't going to be easy all the time. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying and don't misconstrue my words. So they decide that Viviana and Ryan are going to have a little side conversation without Brett. And the truth is revealed. She's not my type. She's also high stress and high anxiety. I have to be super chill and super calm because she's always up here, which could also be exhausting. But why don't you share that with your wife? Maybe. We see Micaela and Brett together, and Brett expresses how Ryan had been staying away, that he hadn't even been in the house for 2 days. Like, all these couples are just like, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not staying at home with my spouse. I'm not. Like, it's one thing to say I need to recharge and I need some time to myself. It's another thing to say I need a reset and I need to stay away from you. We all need to reset and recharge. But the reason that these men are resetting and recharging is because they don't like their wives. Not because they want to be better. Even though that's what Brett comes back and he says that he feels better about the situation. What I did learn though is that Brett is not delusional. That she knows that he doesn't love her, that he doesn't like her. We know he don't love her, but that he doesn't like her. They then go a little later to go to tantric yoga. Sort of like, remember how Ryan and Clara did? And just like Ryan and Clara, for me it felt very awkward. And in this time it was Brett who was very awkward in her presentation with Ryan. Ryan is looking for the sexual energy. That kind of chemistry. And Ryan is super shallow. Brett is very hopeful until we see stuff a little later. They gave us a lot of glimpses on the up next. I'm excited about that. But being excited about it is not going to help us with this next couple. Oh, Rachel and Jose. Should I talk about Rachel and Jose? Or should I talk? Let's just get it out the way and talk about Rachel and Jose, shall we? Like, let's not pretend, even though I need to save them for last so that y'all don't just be leaving. Anyway, sometimes I look at my notes and I be like, what was this scene? What is that about? And that's the moment I'm having right now, because I'm all like, I guess the experts sent them some questions and asked, you know, something, when were you embarrassed or something? And she says she was embarrassed about her infidelity, sharing with him her infidelity. Now, y'all remember when they had the conversation last episode, and you can see that he is definitely insecure. Because when she talked about it, he was like, how do I know that you're not going to do it to me? You don't know. You're just going to have to trust me. And right then, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to constantly be looking for her to do something. I say that because of what happened this episode. However, Dr. Viviana comes on in, honey, smiling, happy to see everybody. Happy, and she was like, I'm really proud of y'all and how y'all working through stuff. And when you get into an argument, I feel like you'll be able to communicate your emotions effectively. That's what she said in a nutshell. We see showed and hell differently. But they ask about, let's talk sex. What is it that you like about it? What's your favorite thing about it? I really feel like Rachel wanted to say, I don't like none of it, but it's good. It's good. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I did. I felt like she just wanted to be like, girl, it's just something. It's just something. We need to work on some stuff. Like, that's what I feel like she wanted to say. She asked them, do you trust each other? She said, his words and his actions align and he is genuine. He said he repeats the same sentiments. When I know and you can feel it when they had the conversation about when she cheated, and who she cheated with, right? That he was uncomfortable. Like, he was taken aback. Like, in fear that she would do it again. She said she wouldn't put herself in that. She knows better than to put herself in that situation again. You only can trust her and understand that she wasn't married. So is it really cheating? I don't know. Y'all might feel differently about that. I'm single until I'm married. And considering that I don't think I want to be married again, I'm going to be single forever. Y'all, hold on. We pan in and it is Jose talking to himself on a camera. And he's all like, we were upstairs in the whatever room and Rachel called me by another man's name. He had tears forming in his tear ducts. Y'all didn't see that? Go back and look. His eyes looked real watery. Like if he blinked, he would start crying. Okay? Listen to what I'm about to say. My first thoughts out of my mind, I wrote them down, was, first off, y'all just got married. Secondly, she just got out of a relationship in 8 months ago. You knew. Both of y'all knew I'm, you know, coming through some stuff, going through some stuff. Not only that, is he overreacting? Y'all weren't in the bed screwing and she was like, oh, Richard. Like, no, that wasn't what happened. That's not my sex voice either, y'all. That's just, you know, whatever. I feel like his ego is more bruised than anything else. That he actually really overreacted. You ain't never called somebody by the wrong name, and just so happened it was a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call my kid, you always call your kids by the wrong name. I be calling Royal, but be looking at Kingston wanting his attention. And Royal come in like, huh? But I was talking to Kingston, right? It's just because of proximity, similarities. I don't know. It depends on what they're talking about. So I really kind of feel like my first reaction is he overreacted, especially in that kitchen when he became super belligerent with her, like ridiculously belligerent, dropping F-bombs left and right, like, you fucking called me another man's name. And she's all like, nobody is gonna talk to me like that. Like, I was proud of her to not sit there and let him berate her in the way that he did. Like, the way he talked to her showed us all of who he is. Like, that controlling energy we saw, that we know that's there, shows up. Like, the angry, toxic, this is why you by yourself, shows up. Like, your insecurities are showing up because F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. And we find out that she immediately apologized. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because it was really not intentional that she called you another name. And when we find out that the name she called him was Johnny later on in the episode, I say, I know you fucking lying. Y'all mad at my F-bombs today? I'm sorry. It's warranted. Listen, I was like, I know you are lying to me. That's the name that you got mad at? Considering you and Johnny are close, always together, somebody help me. She said, I'm gonna leave. And he said, pack your shit and go. No, you leave, sir. I can't be in this mess. Like, can we say the magic word that starts with a T? Therapy. 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 Jose, you need therapy, okay? Because this offense is not as huge as you have made it to be. You have just ruined whatever love she was feeling for you in that last episode, which I feel like was too soon for you to be hollering, I love you. I ain't known you but 3 weeks. I love you. I can love things about you, right? I love the way you care for me. I love the way you cook. But I love you already. Now, y'all let me know down below in the comments if you've loved someone that quickly in such a short time. And I know spending a lot of time with somebody kind of expedites the way you feel, right? Kind of because you get to know them faster and you're in this environment with them together. But 3 weeks, No, sir, no, ma'am, no, thank you. I don't want you telling me I love you to Lisa in 3 weeks. I love your smile, Talisa. I love your sense of humor. I love the time we spend together. I love that you change your hair often. I love when you wear red lips, your red lipstick, your full lips are even fuller. I love your around the way girl feeling. I love how, you know, witchy you are, but you also love God. Like, I love all these things about you. One day they may all cultivate and become I love you, but I don't love you yet because I'm still getting to know you, and I just found out that you're a total asshole. I did. I found out, and so now I don't want to fool with you. That's what Rachel's saying. That's what she says. So they have a conversation about it the next day, right? And it just doesn't, it's not looking good, okay? This whole passion thing that they had is not working out. So the next morning, Jose comes in from work all nonchalant, like, how you doing today? So we're not gonna talk about what happened last night and the way you were talking to me. Like, we're gonna just skip over all of that, like we good and that we in love or some shit. Like, is that what we doing? Is that how you feeling? That's what Rachel said. That's how she was acting. When she brings it up, he don't feel like he did nothing wrong. Like, well, what did I do wrong? You the one that called some other man's name. No, you cursed me the entire F-U-C-K out. See, I gave y'all a break. You cursed me out, okay? Made it seem like I stole your kids, ate your babies, took all your money, and hurt your mama. Like, you cursed me out. But then, to put the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, when Rachel walks out the house, he locks her out, deadbolts it. Because at first I was like, how he lock her out the house? Oh, she got keys. Yeah, she got keys but couldn't get in because the deadbolt was on. She's knocking on the door and he's not answering. She goes to other apartments of the other couples and no one is awake because it's in the morning. She calling her friends and telling everybody like, yo, this vato locked me out. Like, what's up? So where she sleep that night? Did he finally open the door? I think not. Ooh, child, this is a lot. And I just thought to myself, why would you lock her out the house? How petty and immature are you? What's the word of the day? Therapy. Because her offense was not so bad that you should have done all of these things. Later on, when he's talking to the fellas, he tells the fellas, well, I didn't know where she went. You know, she was, you know, she had that incident of infidelity. Like, I just was like, I'm not gonna do it with y'all. No. No. Jose, you were dead wrong. Her offense was not so astronomical that it was warranted the way you cursed her out, nor locking her out the house. And I was so proud of her when she opened up her mouth. She said, you know what? I need to have this conversation. First she said, I cannot be your wife. The dramatic effect that they had, I love it. You know, that's probably like scripted or some shit. Like, if you've ever been on reality TV, a lot of this stuff be scripted. Take it from me, I know, because you got to do stuff over and over again. But some of that was raw reaction, like the way he was cursing her out, because there was no camera crew there. And they had to go from the corner video. So, she comes back and then she says, I wrote this 2 weeks ago. And I thought I'd share it with you now. And she just broke down all the things that we knew that he was. Like, she had been compiling this for, like, decision day. Like, she's, like, to me, it felt like she already knew she was going to say no. Because why? Because she said 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was the honeymoon. They were just getting to know each other. Why? Because she said he was controlling the whole joint bank account. Like, she felt like he had our whole life planned out and she wants her autonomy. And when last episode they were talking about how he does not listen, like he talks too much. You talk too much and you never shut up. People my age would know that song. However, he does not listen. So he has not heard her say the things that we have heard her say. Because he says, why is this the first time you're saying anything? It's not, Jose. She been telling you, I want my autonomy. I don't want to have one joint account. And you're not here to compromise for it. Now, her only one fault is that she should have shared it in the moment. But maybe she wrote it down so that she would be able to articulate herself clearly. Zack, take a page from her. Write down your thoughts and your questions and how you feel so that you can articulate it. And if you can't read it out aloud, hand it to them until you're able to do so. Because you have to be able to advocate for yourself in your relationships. She said, you're a priority, but I'm my own priority too. All right, we move into the next couple, which is Gil and Myrla. And still, Myrla is my favorite girl on the show now. Like, I like her, hands down. She too is unwavering, but for great reason, okay? Like, I'm not gonna be having my head all loopy. Because she's clearly attracted to him, and he's clearly attracted to her. I think that they communicate well, very much so. Like, they're able to articulate how they feel and not get in their feelings about it. Like, I can tell you that I need more intimacy from you, and you receive it without being upset. She might be particular, but she's particular and she stays with it. Like, high expectations and boundaries that I'm setting and I'm keeping too. I don't know. I wrote something here. I don't know what that's about. I really don't. Dr. Viviana visits, and prime example of body language. Even Brett and Ryan had really good, you knew that they didn't hate each other, despise each other, that they were disgusted by the other person being next to them because they were close together, but they're always very close. He's always rubbing on her arm or her hand or something, and she mentioned that she likes cuddling, and so they've been doing a lot of cuddling. I mean, they're very comfortable together. When we weren't sure about her before, seems that we all are team Myrla now. They agree that they have emotional intimacy, but the physical intimacy part, they kind of, you know, don't see eye to eye on. For her, physical intimacy is the cuddling, is the holding hands, is that. For him, it is give me a kiss. Like, show me some affection. Show me I'm wanted. That is what he said in the last episode. I need to feel desired. Men want to, just like women, want to feel desired. Not only do they want to feel needed, they want to feel wanted. Like, I want to be around you. You know, like, it's the same thing that we want. Why wouldn't they want to feel that too? Still, there's no kissing. And he says he does not press it because he does not want to be rejected. Because if she rejects him, and then when she's ready and she comes, he's going to be like, nah, I'm good. Y'all know how that works? Ego, 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 ego. I reject you, but I told you that I don't want to kiss you yet. I told you that I need to wait till I have an emotional and spiritual connection and mental connection with you. So you come in to kiss me and I be like, oh, don't be mad because I told you. So I like that he understands what she says, and he's like, so the ball is in your court. But know that if you don't kiss me, by the time the 8 weeks is up, guess what's happening? We getting a divorce. We getting a divorce. And she was like, no, we're not. Why would you say that? Just say that we're going to be together. He's like, no, because that's not what it is. She admits that kissing and having sexual intercourse are both the same level of intimacy to her. She's not just kissing a stranger. She admits that it is a very much so intimate act. I told y'all that on episode 8. I was like, the reason she's not kissing is because kissing is so sensual and so just like, oh, how I love to kiss. I do. Dear future baes with an S, I love kissing. Please be a good kisser. Practice on your arm and on your pillows, because if you're not a good kisser, we're not going any further. And I'm not going to wait like she did, because I ain't got time to be disappointed. She also shares with us that she has a hard time trusting people because she had been cheated on. And when you've been cheated on, it's almost like I'm waiting on the ball to drop. I'm waiting on the next thing to happen. So Dr. Viviana sends them a basket, and it's a sensory perception game. Okay? One of the things was take a body shot. She said, hell no. Blindfold. And she's like, we're not blindfolding nothing because of my lashes. Listen, she must pay a lot of money for her lashes because I'm a blindfold with my lashes. Can you see them? I'm a blindfold with mine. How will you initiate sex? She's out. Like, I'm not answering that. Like, no. But it seems like they have such a fiery chemistry that it's going to be explosive. It's going to be really good. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? I think it is. So this one is actually an exercise that I actually have, like, couples that come to me do. And it's the cuddle and sync your breath together. But I normally say, because I'm having them ask, because normally if they're coming to me, they're having some troubles. So I normally say sit back to back. Sync your breathing, and then I have them have a set of questions that they ask that only one person can talk at a time, and they can do it at different stages because of the simple fact that it's a lot. Sometimes those questions are hard to hear, and if your breathing is connected, so is your heart, so you can feel how fast the rhythm changes when they get nervous. You can see how it slows down, like all of that being connected. But I think I'm gonna do the whole like in a cuddle position, but not back to back, like heart to heart, kind of. Like, I don't know, but it's a variation of an exercise I do. I wrote down, because I didn't share, I might have shared it before, but her love language is definitely buy me stuff, gifts. Show me that you love me by buying me things and taking me to places. His is quality time and physical touch. We found that out during brunch when he was discussing that she wants to go to brunch every Sunday with her husband. Like, and he felt like it, well, anybody could be a placeholder and be your shadow at brunch. But that's not what she said. I want you to go to brunch with me because I want to go to brunch with my husband. You are my husband. Like, sometimes I think that he misses it because she has so much opulence that he misses it. The things that she's saying that will connect them. He said he was gonna buy her a Cartier ring, so how about that? And then the whole touch foreheads, and I felt like these were both very intimate, very vulnerable moments for the two of them. And I didn't write down what she said hers was, but I said that he said he likes that she's compassionate, wants her to work on her desires, I think, and then he wasn't happy with the lack of intimacy. We've got one couple left in this, Bao and Johnny, and they are pretty short. Feels like I've been talking for a long time. Is this an hour? Oh, we got to talk about when they were together, but that's pretty short too. Bao and Johnny have gone leaps and bounds in their relationship. They've made a whole 180. You understand me? Honey, that sex did it, okay? Listen, I ain't talk about 9. I might come back and do 9, but I might not. But I'm going to say, the moment that they were intimate, Johnny, who I don't like anymore, actually changed his tune, because the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. Okay, because Bao, baby. Bao, honey, was like, I want to have sex every day, or at least every other day. Okay? Bao don't want no plain vanilla sex. She wants the nuts and the bananas and the strawberries with drizzled chocolate and some whipped cream and cherries on the top. Don't come with this plain vanilla sex. Okay? She also told during her visit with Dr. Viviana, I just skipped and start talking. She also said that they both said that they did, you know, they've done it for the last couple of days or whatever, and that it was very intense. You know that intense. Y'all know that intense. does something to your spirit, that good intense. And you know, all he knew is he wanted to get in there. Get in there. Yeah. That's holy smokes. He shares that he likes collaborating with her when they do things together and they are collaborating with one another. In a basket, you know, with the basket that the experts had sent, and they asked about the same, like, what's your insecurities or whatever it was. I felt like that was a moment that he did seize. At first I thought he was going to downplay her being embarrassed by being poor and her father being the local drunk, but he didn't. I still don't like him. I still don't like the way he treated her. I didn't like it. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, then, so they really didn't have a lot. You see, the experts brought them a basket, or sent them a basket, and in the basket, honey, was a nurse outfit and a patient outfit. Okay, listen, I got that same little sexy nurse's outfit. Their intimacy, their physical intimacy is off the charts. Off the entire charts. Let's just quickly talk about Goff and the break room when they were separate. Specifically, I don't really even care about like the break room, except for Bow, honey. Bow is full of surprises and was slinging that sledgehammer around. She had some aggression she needed to get out, and I loved it. And Myrla was like, this ain't my thing. Myrla is a girl's girl, a lady's lady, okay? A woman that operates in her divine femininity for sure. But the fellas, when they golfing, and Jose was like, my wife was asking for a divorce. You know, after she called, you know, me by somebody else's name. They wasn't here for it. Gil was the first one like, wait a minute, that don't make no sense. You're not sharing something, something is missing. And I like that they were just pulling on his coattail like, sir, you're lying. He did not say how bad he cursed her out. He didn't say how he locked her out until a little later, and they was like, all like, oh, yo, no, I would never, ever, under any circumstance, lock my wife out, deadbolt the house. Like, what are we doing? Like, what? Made no sense. And then, you know, Ryan exposed him. Like, she called you Johnny. This is Johnny. Y'all been together all the time. You overreacted. You thought you were about to get some sympathy from the boys, and guess what? It didn't happen. No, they was like, no, and no again is what they said. Okay, so that sums it. That's it. That's the end. This was long. Maybe I can cut some of it out. Let's hope I can. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode number 10. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you think about Jose's actions. How about how Rachel reacted? Do we want to talk about Micaela and Zack? I mean, they just need to call it quits and stop wasting my time. Listen, if it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button to become a ray of sunshine. Right next to that is the notification bell. Click it so you're alerted of the videos I upload moving forward. Like it because you like me and I know it's real. Share it with your friends so they can say, that girl is nuts. She's funny. I don't agree with her at all, and give their opinions in the comments below as well. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.